So my plan is to leave you here to watch the edited video while I get ready. I'll be right back in a second. Let me just mention that I'm streaming. Hold on, I'll put the light on. That's probably a lot better. So I'm going to get it set up. And while I'm getting set up, you can watch this. Let me just tell everyone on the Discord to jump over and join up. Come join me. Come join me. And where's the URL again? I better make sure. Excellent. Okay, so that's me and my story. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna leave this running, and maybe when I come back, I will have attracted some victims, viewers. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy.
Oh yes, it's a flight desk. Oh, I'm going to push E. When I push E, it needs to zoom out. We look at our viewer, and then like the ship turns, and then we can fly. So this is my dream, and then we can go eat some asteroids. Yum yum yum.
And in this one, I've just got the setup for these rocks. This is what they look like with iron ore on them, with nickel ore on them, cobalt, ice. We've got rocks, the rocks scene. So when you open the rocks file in Godot, it creates this. What I've done is I've gone to each one of these. If you look at the material on the right hand side here, and I'll place myself in a nice position so you can see. So we're in the material. The norm map is really essential, so we'll put that in. And so if I grab this light and move it now, you shouldn't be able to see the triangles and the lighting. Well, you can kind of hear. So this is my current experiment scene. And I've got 3 classes that Godot knows about. We've got 4 tiles, Ship Link, and Star World Link. Okay, it's so much fun I can't stop doing it. Anyone into this is probably to actually check it out, so let's just do that. Some terrible networking library that's made of dark powers. So what it does is it sends reliable messages, unreliable messages, both over the same UDP. It can handle multiple streams, it does all the retries, it can also throw away packet. Maybe I could just use it and then write my own stuff on top of it. 4 I've got. This one's called SG Core, this one's called SGNet. This SG stands for Space Game. Of course, the network knows enough about simulation to create it and to feed messages through, and no one else knows about the network apart from SGNet. And in SG Core, which is the Godot initialization stuff, we create a world called Space World ID, which is always ID 0, and then with that world we add 2 spaceships at the 2 locations, minus 18, and minus 18.5 X and Y. Compiling, I'll queue up, oops, that's the wrong one, I tried to run the server again, it's not going to work. Let's run the client. Oh, it didn't compile. I must have malformed something. Process message. It's a massage. I wouldn't want to process a massage, I'm more likely to want to process a message. Well, I want to process a massage. And we're good to go, and it's saying not too much. Oh, I see, we lost our connection when I selected the box and things timed out. Connection's not working. Oh, these ones, those shapes are mostly like ASCII art versions of the ship layouts, and they come from Production Floor, which is a class that manages the
ship layout. There's this function here, render to string. And we call this production floor wall character to find one of the walls. And here's all the different kinds of walls you can have. And so that's where basically we're just drawing the grid of the ship from the top left down to the bottom. For each part of the wall, we write out the relevant character. So we've got a case statement on the outside for which kind of wall we've got. And compiling, I'll queue up, oops, that's the wrong one, I tried to run the server again, it's not going to. Compiling, I'll queue up, oops, that's the wrong one, I tried to run the server again, it's not going to work. Let's run the client. Oh, it didn't compile. I must have malformed something. Process message. It's a massage. I wouldn't want to process a massage. I more likely want to process a message. Why do I want to process a massage? And we're good to go. And it's saying not too much. Oh, I see. We lost our connection when I selected the box and things timed out. Connection's not working. Oh, these ones. Those shapes are mostly like ASCII art versions of the ship layouts. And they come from Production Floor, which is a class that manages the ship layout. There's this function here, render to string. And we call this Production Floor wall character to find one of the walls. And here's all the different kinds of walls you can have. And so that's where basically we're just drawing the grid of the ship from the top left down to the bottom. For each part of the wall, we write out the relevant character. So we've got a case statement on the outside for which kind of wall we've got. And then each kind of wall has its own symbol. We have adjust floor. Adjust floor understands how to add and remove walls. And for testing it, naturally I have unit tests. And the unit tests call assert floor patterns. They do a couple of operations and then they check that the room renders like this. Or like this. So you've probably figured out by now that what you're watching over there is edits from previous streams. So I've spent a few hours kind of clipping down all the embarrassing stuff, so all the rambling and trying to figure out what the hell I'm saying is gone, and it's just the awesome, at least that's the goal, right? So hopefully I'll end up with a video that most people would enjoy actually watching if they're interested in what we're doing. Anyway, I'll let you watch a bit more of that, and hopefully you're enjoying that, or like that. So the rendering that you see, this rendering, I did it for unit tests, and assert floor pattern just goes through each of the actions and knows how to call them on the world, and then it gets the string for the world, and it checks that the strings match. So that's how that works. And if it doesn't work, if the floors don't match, I take out this part here where it's adding a module, for instance, and then I run the tests. So you see lots of tests have failed. So for instance, this test, it expected to see the map on the right hand side, which has walls in it, but instead it saw the map on the left hand side, which has no walls in it. Okay, so here I am again with my client. Going to build some more floor. Okay, so building this caused the same problem. So it caused the client to drop out. And actually, if you look at this, you'll see that the server is sending a lot more messages than the client. Like most of the time, the client's completely silent. I don't see any messages from the client to the server for a long time. So I've been tossing up the idea of undoing all the refactoring we did. Remember how we changed from Cobalt to Laminar? And that took, well, basically 3 nights, which is like a week. And now I'm wondering if maybe that was the right choice or not. I think we can just say, look, we can always go back. It's good. All these commits. Official, unofficial, we're switching back to Cobalt. It's very painful to do this. Check out master. 2 games, and we're going to build a desk, and we're going to build some floor, and everything's drifting. Oh, that's something I forgot. Yes, so because the sync is now working, you're seeing the ship's drifting again, as you should. We're going to stick with this for now. So I've got this function called start client, and it's really not that surprising. It sets something called an atomic variable, which is for communicating between threads, and then it's like a static boolean, and it sets it to true, so we want the client to run, and then we create a new thread, and in that thread we call the function called run client. So this function down here is called, and it's in its own thread, and it starts running, and at this point here it's processing ticks in a loop, round and round and round. Now, because of the way Cobalt works, it's taking care of that sleep as it calls client process incoming, and it passes it a mutable sector. So what's going on here is that we've got an infinite loop, and in this infinite loop we do ticks as long as client live stays true. So as soon as the other thread says client please die, it will stop looping here and it will quit, and then the thread will quit and everything will be nice and tidy. Inside this loop and inside these curly braces we open a variable called sector, and we get something called get singleton sector. Now if you look at this, at the singleton sector, so remember sector is my globals, so the entire simulation for my game is in this object called sector, which is like an area of space. We have this global sector here, which is a mutex containing a box, which is a pointer, to a sector. Okay, so the singleton has a global sector, and in the client what we do is every tick we lock the entire sector, we take all the incoming packets and process them against the sector, then we tell the sector to update, and then we create a list of all the packets we want to send to the server, because this is a client. But on the client, on the server, we call a similar routine here, send outgoing. It goes through every possible client and takes care of all of their messages at once. We could probably do something more intelligent. Now, do tick actually does multiple ticks. It figures out internally how far we have to go to catch up with the server, but that's a whole other thing. Now, I'm wondering if we want to take this loop here, the idea of this loop here, and somehow move it into the go.thread. So we're going to have a physics process. It's going to happen 60 frames a second. I hope that that's coming across as interesting as it seems. Because without the waffle, I think I've got down to just the explanation of what makes this project special. It's missing some of the key context that you get from having watched the entire stream. So we're going to have to record a couple of little clips that capture, why we got this recording. So I might have a go at that. So if you watch from the start, I've started the editing process. So right now we've got several days worth of streaming, and we start with this fun clip that you probably missed because you probably missed the start of the stream. He needs to have a flight desk. He needs to be able to go, oh yes, it's a flight desk. Oh, I'm going to push E. When I push E, it needs to zoom out. We look at our view, and then the ship turns, and then we can fly it. So this is my dream, and then we can go eat some asteroids. Yum, yum, yum. And that has to be my favourite part of the whole video so far. Anyway, it's certainly my son's favourite part. He was watching me edit today. I've been a couple of hours on it so far. So, it's a bit tricky because the amount of raw footage is very high. And it's always hard to let go initially of the different things. So after that, we probably need to come up with some intro, something along the lines of, I probably need to, prepare my own self mentally for this, and use tissues or something by my nose. Where were we up to watching the video? I think up to about here. So, we'll put you there. This isn't the unedited version. That's the unedited part of the video. Okay. Wow. Let's try doing a dry run of what I'm going to do when I introduce this video. It's going to be something on the lines of, Hi, I'm Tom. I'm making a space game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space, inside spaceships. So imagine your favorite spaceship game, and imagine that inside the ships you get to decide how they work. But not only that, you can actually build a whole infrastructure in space from multiple ships. So I've been streaming the progress of this game over the past several nights, and I've decided that it would be great to present this very short. So I need something like that, but I need it shorter than that. So first thing I'm going to do, if I only add some software that could record a video. Oh, yes, there's streaming software. So I'm going to use OBS. I'm using OBS Studio. I can actually stream it to you while recording it and then grab it as a file off my disk, because that's what we're going to do. So you'll get to see it as I record it, whatever the live take looks like. Let's try the first one. Probably should take off the headphones for this. That was I had headphones on before in order to capture, so I could hear my own edited video from before. Anyway, hold on just one sec. Here we go. Stop recording. Start recording. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight as I... Let's try that again. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. After a member of my Godot... No, it wasn't Godot. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. But that's not very good either. Inspired by a community member, I have recorded the following videos, and here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, let's try that. Stop recording. Okay, so now we've got a video file full of mistakes. And if you want to add some comments, you're welcome to write something down the bottom here in your comment window. So we're going to start by grabbing my video folder. And check that there should be a new video file in there. Good. Start recording. Okay, that's me talking. Let me just change back to the main screen so you can see. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight as I... Let's try that again. Okay, so let's just grab this file. So I've got a folder of all the captures here, you see. So I'm just going to... in fact, if I'm working like this, I probably should change my normal way of laying out the screens like this. So... Pardon me for the burp. Let's pull this across into the video editing software. And it imports a clip. And then we're going to go back to the start. And put this clip down here into the next video track. So obviously it's going to it seems to be in an overlay mode where it's whatever video is at the bottom is being overlaid to the one on the top. That's not quite what I want. Let's see how that sounds. Recording. So this is my dream, and then we can go eat some asteroids. Nom, nom, nom. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and so we need to just move this video across a bit to make space. We'll just move this here, and it hopefully. No, I need to figure out how to insert space. If I put this actually in line, it should insert and move all clips. So now it's modified the video, and then we can fly. Start recording. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a couple of mistakes in there. Let's just cut that down a bit. I'll just move this because in this layout, we'll just go back to the other layout I had before, which is better for video editing like this. Okay. I'll just put the chat room over here. If no one's going to talk to me, I might as well not use the real estate. If you talk to me, I might put it back on the main video. Anyway, so hopefully that's all making sense. And I'll put my little face down here. Great. Let's continue. We're going to find the first place where I want to start the recording. Okay. Let's say that's a good spot to start. So I'll just cut the video here. T, and it's broken into two pieces. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. A game called The Recall Singularity. So I'll just remove this pause here. Where you get to build factories in space. I kind of like that almost awkwardness that I bring to the table. I think I nail awkward really well. So we'll leave some of that in there. That's my natural behaviour. But I mean, I am who I am, so I can't really fix that. So we'll just delete that, a little pause of that awkwardness. I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity to build factories and... That didn't really work. Let's put that back in. Called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Okay, so let's... some of that works. I won't turn away. My own embarrassment, you can see there, the embarrassment just starts overwhelming me a little bit, and I just can't face it anymore, right? Join me tonight as I... Let's try that again. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. Wow, I look so serious. Let's just cut that one anyway. Join me tonight. So I come in about here. You can see the sound. It's very hard to spot because it's small on your screen, but you can see the sound at the bottom. It gives you a good cue as to where the words start. Let's try that again. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. Streams that I've been doing. So if only I'd for every take had the confidence to just stay completely still at the end, it would have made this a bit easier. After a member of my Godot... No, it wasn't Godot. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought, what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time... this is serious, by the way. I'm blaming Web Constructor for this. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought, what a great and painless way to not... Okay, so great and painless sounds awful. How great it is to share development. I thought, what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time, it is to share development. I thought, what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. But that's not... But actually share what I've been up to. Okay, so I'm not sure how that works. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought, what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. But that's not very good either. He said it, not me. Just like with my regular coding, I hope you guys find this somewhat amusing or interesting, and if you don't, I'm really sorry, but I'm just going to have to pretend that you do, because that's just how this works. Let's continue. So hopefully in here has something salvageable that I've been doing. So this is my intro again. A space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. We need to delete that. After a member of my Godot... No, it wasn't Godot. Okay, so we can delete this clip and move everything else in. Streams that I've been doing. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought, what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same... I really want to the word how great it is to share development. I thought, what a... It's probably impossible to take it great and painless way to... not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. But that's not very good either. Inspired by a community member, I have recorded the following videos, and here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, let's just leave that last part. Edited into a format you'd probably... The following videos, and here they are edited into a format you want to watch, right? So here they are edited, and then into a format you want to watch. So we'll just cut out this little pause here. Right, so we'll get rid of that. Because we've got like a very critical short period. We have to like leap into the video, like I'm leaping into the stream. We have to leap into the video fast enough that people don't realize they're being sucked into some story, right? What I've been up to. But That's not very good either. That was the one I was going to take out. Yeah, what I've been up to. And here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, let's try that. That last part was quite cute. I might even leave that in the final video. Here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I'll just cut off the cough because that was a bit cringe. Delete. Oh, that's not working. And here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, let's try that. So this is my dream, and then we can go eat some asteroids. Nom, nom, nom. Okay, so that clip got moved to the wrong side of this whole conversation, so I need to put that over here. Whoops, I didn't quite drag it properly. Let's try that again. Insert. We can fly it. So this is my dream, and then we can go eat some asteroids. Nom, nom, nom. Start recording. Okay, so we need to get rid of that, don't we? That doesn't make any sense to have that in there. Okay. Let's see. We can go eat some asteroids. Nom, nom, nom. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity. So when I watch myself talking here, it immediately occurs to me that I want this to be the background, like I want to be as a viewer, and I'm hopefully the editing software does this properly. Hi, I'm Tom Lees. I've put everything down on the bottom track, so if you look down there, you can see that these videos are below. So anything I put above should override the visuals. And I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. So this will be a great time to find a clip of some stuff that I want to show. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams. So I have a few clips that I've actually gathered from later on in the video where I'm up of it.
4 I've got. This one's called SG Core.
Now these come out kind of weird, and so I'm going to cut fill gap and move all clips. These come out weird because they're rendering at a high speed, and on my computer, I'm going to undo that and I'm going to drag them. Let's just zoom out. They come out weird on my computer because they haven't been rendered at that speed. They're still loading off my disk as full-size clips, and the computer is trying to cut them down as it goes. And so what that means is that when I play it back for a preview, it comes out weird. So anyway, let's just grab these. Grab, move to here, like this. Okay, so what we should see is my face. Hi, I'm Tom Lees, and I'm making a space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight. So I was mistaken. I thought that this video would show on top. Oh, no, that's right. So number 2 is a primary, and it gets overridden, overrides whatever's number 1. So we need to move these videos. We'll just move them down here for a second. We'll grab these and put them up. So they're like the defaults. And then we can scatter these clips, hopefully. Select these. Hopefully we can scatter these and have them override. A space factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight. So the clips you see here are sped up parts where I was refactoring to a different network library. So I was changing between Cobalt and Lamina, and there was an ill-fated decision that eventually got thrown away. The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought what a great and painless way to fast forward versions of myself coding don't really fit well into this sequence. Yeah, dramatic zoom into my face. It's a very good drama webcam. I'm just going to hold on a second. So I have access to a very high-tech device called a DAW, and it blocks out sound. So when I'm recording for the video, I'm going to like close that. But when I want the air conditioning, I'm going to open it because the aircon isn't in here. Okay, let's see. A factory game called The Recall Singularity, where you get to build factories in space. Join me tonight as I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. After a member of my We'll put these all together. We'll try doing this. I'm going to remove the sound from these soon enough. As I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. Okay. There's a certain part of me that hates watching myself on a recording, so I have to just assume that. And here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, let's try that.
And in this one, I've just got the setup for these rocks. This is what they look like with iron ore on them, with nickel ore on them, cobalt.
It's going to be on YouTube at full
ice.
resolution, so it will look better than that.
We've got rocks, the rock scene. So when you open the rocks file in Godot, it creates this. I've done this. I've gone to each one of these.
Nowadays to get the lighting right.
You look at the material on the right hand side here, and I'll place myself in a nice position so you can see. So we're in the material. The norm map is really essential, so we'll put that in. And so if I grab this light and move it now, you shouldn't be able to see the triangles in the lighting. Well, you can kind of hear. So this is my current experiment scene. And I've got 3 classes.
Okay. I feel like I need to put another video in that just says, well, no, it's kind of self-evident what we start with, isn't it? Do I need to say?
And in this one, I've just got the.
Okay, so this clip here of the spaceship. And what I've got to say in that isn't really relevant. So let's just put that down here as another clip to put behind my. Well, something's going on with my window. Okay, to put behind here while we've got to not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. And here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Okay, great. Let's try that. So, I think I can just mute everything on the second one because at the moment I don't want any sound from it. I show you a breakdown of the streams that I've been doing. After a member of my Discord community told me the value of streaming and how great it is to share development, I thought what a great and painless way to not only develop at the same time socially, but actually share what I've been up to. And here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch. Now, one nice thing about putting the other clips in that I've done, or that fast forward, you saw a fast forward there of the regular video. So there's a speedy video clip of me coding, and then it goes to my video sped up. That's an artifact. It's only an artifact of this editor being overloading the CPU. It won't come out in the rendered video, so don't worry about that. Now, I was just going to say that there's a cut here, if you can see my cursor, between these videos, where you can tell my face is changing. It's particularly obvious, so if I hide this video. What I've been up to. And here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to. But because I'm showing a video over this clip, you don't even see that cut. Actually share what I've been up to, and here they are edited into a format you'd probably actually want to watch, right? So you can hide cuts this way, and another way to hide cuts is by having 2 different camera angles, so you make it so obvious there's a cut that it doesn't bother you as much because they're different cameras. You're like, oh, that's cut it because they're changing camera angle. Anyway, that's a bit hard to explain if you haven't seen it before. Hopefully that made some sense.
In this one, I've just got the setup for these rocks. This is what they look like with iron ore on them, with nickel ore on them, cobalt, ice. We've got rocks, a rock scene. So when you open the rocks file in Godot, it creates this. I've done this. I've gone to each one of these. You look at the material on the right hand side here.
So this sequence is showing how we're making the rocks in Substance Designer in various Well, there's various rocks being made in Substance Designer, right? The different materials here. I was wondering if I need to record another track that talks over this.
In this one, I've just got the setup for these rocks. This is what they look like with iron ore
It's
on
a
them,
kind of honesty to just showing the stream.
with nickel ore on them, cobalt, ice. We've got rocks, a rock scene. So when you open the rocks file in Godot, it creates this. Diamonds have gone to each one of these.
Okay, so let's just move on from this and just because I've already played that to you a few times.
It was on the lighting. Wow, you can kind of hear. And Star World Link. Okay, it's so much fun. I can't stop doing it. Anyone into this is probably to actually check it out.
It
So
is
let's
so
just
much fun.
let's just do that. Some terrible networking library that it's made.
Okay, so we might just create another clip here, because what we need to say is introduce this concept of how we tried porting and it didn't really work out. Hold on, I'm just gonna close the door again. Let's give this a go. I'll record it and then we'll just clip it down. It'll be fine. Oh, I need to change this to the camera view. Here we go. So after a short explanation of how the game worked and how the 3D models are made, I went on to refactor the networking from the existing UDP library I was using to another one called Laminar. Now what my past self doesn't yet know is unfortunately this didn't work out. But how about you watch me struggle with it for a bit before we all agree that it was better to just go back to what we originally had.